You got hip pain, you want to do the shrug to eliminate this hip pain. So maybe your hip pain is causing you to limp like this, right? You're walking like this, right? Like this. Maybe it's in the joint right here, or maybe it's in the butt right here, right? So what you want to do is you want to do the shrug, do the shrug, do the shoulder shrug, the shoulder shrug, do the shoulder shrug, shoulder shrug. Why? This shoulder corresponds to this hip. It's connected, okay? So if this hip hurts, you're going to shrug this shoulder right here. Do the shoulder shrug. You can do a second thing. You can actually massage this shoulder, okay? Intensify that shrug. If it's on the bone, the hip joint, then you want to rub the joint on the shoulder, right? But if it's more in the butt area, then you want to massage more of this deltoid muscle, this muscle right here, while you do the shrug. So do the shrug for less hip pain. Subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Hi, my name is Joy Brown, and I'm from the Houston area. I came over to visit family and could barely walk when I got here. My hip and back were hurting, and I came in and almost immediately got relief. Dr. Yin is fantastic. His staff is pleasant, and it's just been a wonderful experience. I'm so much better, and I highly recommend it to everyone.
And we're going to continue the biohacking tips. Tips number 12. We're going to switch to a new book. I finally got the Blue Zone solution. So I was just Googling most of the Blue Zone information, but I got the Blue Zone solution book, and I just randomly looked at it, and there was a part about fish and pescatarians. And so we can learn from the pescatarians who basically ate a plant-based diet, including a small portion of fish, okay, up to once daily. And so in these blue zones, you know, fish was a common part of everyday meals, and it was eaten on an average 2 to 3 times per week. So now the question is, what type of fish do you eat, right? And so what they were talking about is, in the blue zones, you want to focus on fish that are abundant and common and abundant. Like, you know, some say like the coronavirus right now in China is because, you know, people wanted to eat these delicacies, weird animals and stuff like that, right? Well, when you eat fish, you don't want to eat weird fish. You want to eat fish that are common and abundant and not threatened by overfishing, okay? So those are the fish you want to eat. And they noticed in this book, that the blue zones, the most common fish that they ate were small and relatively inexpensive fish, such as sardines, anchovies, and cod, middle of the food chain species that are not exposed to high levels of mercury or other chemicals like PCBs that pollute our gourmet fish supply today. So people in the blue zones don't overfish the waters as corporate fisheries do, threatening to deplete entire species, right? Blue zone fishermen cannot afford to wreak havoc on the ecosystem they depend on. And so they focused on small fish, abundant fish, and common fish. So it's a myth that when you eat healthy, in order to have optimal health through your diet, it's got to be very expensive. It's not. So in these blue zones, they were actually choosing fish that were very common and very inexpensive, right? And so, you know, that's the misconception, and that society is saying that, okay, you eat organic and all this eating healthy is expensive, so that's why you go to fast food or you go to processed food, right? That's not the case. So we should learn from the pescatarians. I'm not saying to become a pescatarian, but, you know, eat some fish 2 to 3 times. Fish is very good for you. We want the fish oil, right? And so we want to put that into our plant-based diet, and that will help increase our lifespan, increase the quality of our life, so that we can actually enjoy our life instead of, you know, sit in front of a 80-inch plasma LED TV, right? We can actually enjoy our hikes, enjoy walking our dog, and so forth. So if you need that extra help, you know, because I know this is so confusing with all of these different, you know, in the media, all this different research saying you need to eat this way, eat more animal protein, oh, you need to eat more fat, the keto diet, you need to do this and this type of diet. You know, these fad diets, they're going to come and go, just like the paleo, just like the Atkins diet, Mediterranean diet, they're just gonna come and go, right? So let's stick, if you want true health and you want sustained optimal health, not just for a short period, because all those diets do help. They may help temporarily, but then they hurt you long term. If you want something that's going to be long term, you want to stick with something with data that has been around for 3,000 years. And the people in the blue zones, they are following the data that's been used for 3,000 years or 5,000 years. They're not doing anything different, okay? It's just we as society, we were so fast-paced, we want to be so fast-paced that we want things now, we want things yesterday. But the fact is, your body doesn't heal yesterday. It takes time to heal. But there are things you can do to speed it up, right? And one thing that we do, because sometimes just changing your diet's not enough. So you need some extra support, and that's what we're here for. At Achieve Integrative Health, we help you with that support. With acupuncture, so when you put the right nutrition into your blood, you need to make sure that nutrition goes to the right organs, right? That's where acupuncture comes in. That's what we do, not just acupuncture, but what we do at Achieve Integrative Health. We have our own technique called the QRA that specifically can move your nutrition to specific organs. We have a specific technique, specific protocols to make that happen. And that's why when you go to our YouTube page, if you follow us at YouTube, Achieve Integrative Health, you'll see tons and tons of video testimonials, video successes of patients that have gone through our programs, our treatment protocols, and so forth. If you want to be on board and get some extra help, Achieve Integrative Health. All right, let's copy the pescatarians and let's eat some fish.